Greetings everybody. I welcome you to our series about the fulfillment tools solution, where we will introduce you to the software piece by piece. My name is Andreas Runschke and I'm the solution consultant at Fulfillment Tools. In many videos we already looked at the distributed order management system of Fulfillment Tools. This is a very powerful system to find the best fulfillment solution for every customer order coming in. In this area, Fulfillment Tools presents a little update right now, and we introduce the routing strategy. This tool enables you to react even more precise to different customer orders to enable specific rules for different conditions. You want to distribute orders from a marketplace differently? VIP customers should get some more fulfillment options? Or you want to separate countries by specific routing rules to cater to different situations. The tool routing strategy is enabling exactly that. Let's have a look at this directly inside a live Fulfillment Tools system. So we are now inside the Fulfillment Tools software and I'm already opened the window for the routing rules. And those windows should be known to you, because there are all the videos where you can see how this works. We will not go into detail today about this. If you don't know about fences and ratings, please revisit one of the older videos on YouTube. This is more about the routing strategies today. So, and you see this, so this should also be known to you. Like, we can set up an order split amount. We can set up our fences and ratings, which I already did here. Everything is fine. We have other stuff that we can configure. So that's quite basic and you know that already. So you might ask, what's the new stuff? And we only see the new stuff if I close this. So, and I will do that right now. So let's move out of this window and switch to the routing strategy window. So all the configurations you just saw are now part of the so-called basic configuration. So that is the first node of many that you can add here. And you see the whole routing system that we had before was singular is now just part of this single node. So if an order now comes in, it would be handled accordingly to the rules set up inside the basic configuration. But now we want to create some more specific rules. And for example, we talked about difference in countries. And let's do that. So we add a new node here. We can edit this node and we can say, for example, these are the rules for Germany. So you see, we have the same menu here on the left side. The only differentiator is the condition. So we now have to add a condition, and that's exactly what we are doing here. We can add a description as well. Rules for German customers. We also have the possibility of adding a validity period. So what you can do here is add a specific rule set that is only valid through certain time spans. For example, around Black Friday or for Christmas shopping. So this rule set will never be activated in any other time frame, but if Black Friday hits, this rule set is already there. It's a perfectly great opportunity to handle those peaks a little bit better. We also have a category, we come to that later. And now we have to define when should this node be activated. And we're doing this by a JSON pass, as you know that for the custom rules and custom fences already. We added some already most used tags in here so you can enter the data much more easily. And you see this is the one that I want to use. So I check inside the incoming order, I'm looking at the consumer address, and they're only at the addresses that are of the type parcel locker or address. So that indicates that this would be the address we sent or ship to. And there I take the country and I compare this country here and say, if this is DE, which indicates German customer, German address, this rules should apply. So the condition is set now. Now we can change the rules. For example, let's go inside the rules. And what you see here is this node inherits all the rules and setups that are done by the basic configuration. So first of all, basic configuration is already activated. So we have the fences active from the basic configuration. We have the ratings active. We don't have any custom fences or ratings, but everything here is set up in the basic configuration. And now we can change that. So you see here we have a little bit different UI. It's not saying configure that, but it's saying override that. So now I could, for example, say we had a geodistance weighting of 50 in the basic configuration, but I would say Germany is so small, geodistance isn't that much of an issue. So let's override that rule and say we deactivate the geodistance if it is a German customer. So we can save that. And you see I missed something. It is gray now. Why is it gray? Let's have a look. Because you have to activate this configuration by yourself. So by default, if you create a new node, this is deactivated. This should avoid being destructive to your routing system when you're just testing out something or you're just trying to create something. It's not directly activated. You have to do so manually. So we do that here. We save it again. And now it's activated. You see that it's clear color. So we have added this rule. This means if now an order comes in and it is for a customer in Germany, it will not only run through the basic configuration, but also through the Germany configuration. And we can separate the countries by that now. So we could say, oh, add me another node here in the OR section. So it's not additional to this, but it's Germany or, of course, we take here the United States of America. We also already take again the same condition here, but now of course we check for another value, which would be US in this case. So if now an order comes in with a United States address, this rule set here would apply. So let's have a look at the routing rules, and we see again it inherits all the rules from the basic configuration. It has nothing to do with the German configuration because it's parallel to that. It's an OR. But it inherits all of the basic configurations. So let's say for the American customers, we would prefer delivery by warehouses. For example, say this is a weighting of 100. This is specifically important to us in the United States. And let's save that. Yes, and again, I forgot about activating it. So let's go into that. Activate it again and save it. So now this is also activated, and you can see now we have the basic configuration, and now it can go into the German node or the United States node. But we can even go a little bit deeper. So let's continue in Germany. If we want to treat our sales channels differently, for example, let's say we have Amazon and we have our web shop. We can do this as well. So we created a new node. Let me edit this here. And now we say, for example, this is an order from Amazon. Then we have to do a condition again. We say here, for example, we base this condition on a tag. So the input system, when it puts in an order into fulfillment tools, it needs to provide us with a tag. That's name is sales channel, and we check this tag and we check if any of those values inside this tag equals Amazon. So if an order comes in from another system and it includes the tag sales channel with the value Amazon, this rule set here applies. And also we can edit the rules here again. Now it's not only inheriting the basic configuration rules, but also remember the German rules. So it's basic configuration, German rules, and now we are going into the marketplace. So we see the geolocation is now not part of that anymore because in the German rule set, we deactivated the geolocation. And for Amazon, for example, we might now say the delivery cost should be optimized on with a 100% weighting. Before I forget it again, we all know that I forgot it. We have to activate that configuration as well. So we have the delivery cost. I save that. And this will create now a new node that is specifically for Amazon customers. So if the tag Amazon is inside the order, and it is an order coming in for a German customer, so Germany checks first, then it checks, okay, it's Amazon, and then the whole rule set that we set up inside that applies as well. We can have another OR here because we not only have Amazon as a sales channel source, we also have our own web shop. So let's configure that as well. So we have this here, and so now we would say, no, that's not a new node. This is the web shop. And again, we identify that with the same tag that we also used for Amazon. So this is also the tag sales channel. But of course, we check on another value. Here we check for web shop. So we need to make sure that the interface supplying the orders from the web shop is putting that tag onto them. And now we could, for example, also, let's not continue with the routing rules. We say, if it's a web shop customer, we allow one order split now. One example. You can do whatever you want, of course. For me, this is a very cool rule. So I treat my customers that coming over the web shop a little bit extra if they come from marketplaces, for example. So they get an order split that is allowed. Again, do I have activated it? No, of course I haven't activated it. So let's do that. And then also save that. So now we have the basic configuration, we have Germany, and here again it's a split, and it checks if it goes to Amazon or it's coming from a web shop. If it doesn't have its sales channel tag at all, it wouldn't go into one of those nodes, it will just stuck in the German node. So you don't have to add like all the other sales channels if you don't want any special treatment with them. You could also say all other sales channels will be handled by the Germany node because they don't get any special treatment, for example. And we can even go deeper. So for example, if we want to add another node here for the web shop, and we want to have another distinction because we still have the customer. So maybe we have some customers where we say they are VIP, they come more often, they spend a little bit more inside our shop. So we want to treat them differently as well. So let's say here we go for a special node and a special rule set for VIP customers. I check that. Let's say we go into the order, we look at the consumer, and there we have a custom attribute that can be defined, and we say this is the customer status, and we check that the value equals VIP here, for example. That's one way to send this data. We had the tag before, now we use a custom attribute, so the interface checks with, for example, the CRM system or the e-commerce system already knows that is a VIP customer, and it hands over this information inside the order. We can check on that and say like, okay, this is a VIP customer. First of all, VIP customers, we see also here, we inherit that it is allowed to do one order split. This is through, I guess, from the web shop configuration, we allowed one order split, but we want to override this for VIP customers. VIP customers gets up to 3 order splits allowed. Not only that, also in the routing rules, for example, we override the delivery time. So we activate the delivery time and say like, it's very important for us that our VIP customers gets delivered very, very quickly. So we add this rule to enhance our routing system to also optimize on speed. Did I activate it? I know, stupid question. Of course I didn't. So you see, you have to really think about the activation. We want to be very sure that you don't create a node that is messing with your rule set by accident. So we save this. And now we also have the VIP customer. So if a VIP customer orders in Germany through the web shop, this is the rule set for him. You see, this can get very big here. This map can become much bigger, and it also starts to become harder to read. And for that, we also have something for you. There was a field where I told you before we're coming back to, and we're doing that right now. So I go into the edit, we have the category here, and I have prepared some categories. Of course, you can edit any category you want. We added some, so for example, here I have the country category. So this is a node that is focusing on country differentiation. So let's save that. And you will see automatically that the node will change a little bit. So it will get this color. So it's easier to spot and see directly here. This is a country specific node. Same as for the United States. Let me add the country here as well. We save that. And this gets color coded as well. But also for all the others, let me do that here. I have added some categories for all of those. So for example, here we have the sales channel. Let's save that. We have this is also sales channels matter. So let's adjust that as well. And also for the customer, I added something to make it very clear how this could look like in a bigger environment. So we have the customer type in here. Let's save that as well. And immediately you see it has become much more easier to read. So you have the basic configuration blue, you know, this level here, the yellow ones are country specific rules. You know, the green ones are sales channel specific rules. And you know, the red ones are customer specific rules. And you can of course add any other color. This can become much bigger. As you imagine, you can add other countries here if you want to. If you have a bigger enterprise corporation, you say like we need 30 countries in here, no issue. You can expand as much as you want. And of course, you can also set the categories. As I said before, you can create them, you can edit them, you can set the colors by yourself as much as you want. And with this is the ending of the presentation, a little demo of our routing strategy. It should highlight, before this was the thing we had, the basic configuration, you had one rule set. Now you can add as many rule sets as you want, and based on conditions that you can set up. So different countries, different sales channels. You can not only differentiate one little rule, you can completely change the whole rule set. And if you want to know what rule set applies, you can also use this little eye here, for example. Let's say if we click on the VIP customer, you see the exact route this will take. So if this node will be activated, this means it comes through the web shop, it came from Germany, and the basic configuration. And you will also see the overall rules that will apply if this node here gets activated. This is mixed with all the other rules before, how it is set up. We have now 3 order splits active. We have the same fences activated. We see what ratings are activated. The delivery time coming in here. The geolocation is not activated because we deactivated it in Germany. So what you see here is the sum of all these nodes that the order runs through. And this will be the rule set that it is decided how to fulfill this single order. So you have the option to be very specific on how you want to fulfill those orders. The routing strategy enables you to react much more precise on different conditions of your customer orders to serve those customers better. The possibility to address different conditions makes it much easier to read and manage your rule set. Therefore, also the configuration of much larger and more complex rule systems is possible. I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration, and I wish you a very happy day and hope to see you soon in a future video.